The first one to do that, I bet you never knew that. Back like a tailbone, who you got the tail on? If it ain't about me, about whole D, about face. If you ain't on higher, learn it. The soda in the pot and the fire, burn it. This shit is so deaf, you might wanna be my guest. This shit is so deaf, you might wanna be my.
Hold on 1 second. I'm almost done. There we go. Sweet. Let me put you back in the holster. There we go. I hope you guys like the new hairstyle. Well, not new, but new to me. Okay. For the past few weeks, well, for the past few months, I've been having my hair twisted and braided up so much to the point where now I want to let my hair out and breathe a little bit just so I can get my hair rebraided again. So I hope you guys get used to it. Well, to be honest with you, people have been liking my hair like this. In fact, a lot of people have. I've been getting a lot of good compliments, a lot of good hits and sitbacks with my hair being like this, especially towards my last review that I've done, Scream. And I've been hit on by a few girls lately about my hair, saying I look shackadelic, whatever the hell that means. I might keep my hair like this now since I've been getting these type of good praises. But anyway, getting off track. This is the third season of the anime series To Love Ru that is entitled Darkness, that has been produced by Zebek and has been directed by Atsushi Atsuki. Lala's little sister Momo Belia Deviluke has fallen in love with Rito. She also plots to steal Rito away from her sister. With this plot in mind, she hopes that if Rito actually marries her sister Lala, he can legally marry every girl who is in love with him. Now, after watching the previous season of Mato to Love Ru, I was entertained. I liked it a lot, but I was curious of how these characters was going to end off on this one because it was lacking some chemistry and dialogue with all these characters. But luckily for Darkness, they have fixed and they have fleshed out these characters to not only that it satisfied me, but it has revealed some things onto these characters that I was not aware of that made me get pulled into each of these characters' motivations. It was kind of hard for me to pick off which one was my favorite now. And damn you, developer and producer, because I'm beginning to like this anime a lot now, and I'm very curious of how y'all gonna end it up on the last season. The anime picks up right after Mato, and I'm actually surprised that they have done this move. They have pulled a 180 and actually a Tenchi Muyo move, and they have decided to have majority of these girls stay with Rito Yuki, and I did not mind it at all. I thought that was actually smart because it gives us more innovation and it gives us more chemistry with these characters to not just see how they are towards in the sidelines, but just to see how they are towards Rito Yuki, because this whole anime kind of focuses on him, since if it was for him, none of this would even happen in the first place. So it shows us more innovations of how these girls really feel about him. And by this being in the third season, it shows a more curiosity aspect of how they're going to be, and a mature aspect of him being around these girls as well. It's like a double-edged curiosity sword with these characters, because when things get heated up, Rito acts a certain way and these girls act a certain way, but there's some times where they try to fight their feelings, and they do that less here because these characters are older now, they're more mature now. But I was very, I gotta keep saying that because this is kudos to how they have done the character development towards Kotogawa and Golden Darkness. These were the two characters that really stood out for me in this anime because they saw Rito in a more of a perverted aspect, but they have done the pacing well to these characters to the point where they have grown to not only like Rito, but they understood how they really felt towards him. But shockingly enough, the anime doesn't just focus on Rito and Lala anymore. It focuses on her sisters, Momo and Nana Deviluke. Now, I did not mind that at all because I feel as if, I got enough innovation and character dialogue from both Rito and Lala, and I wanted to see more innovation towards the other characters. And I feel like by this anime being focused on both of the sisters, it's a pretty good start. They actually carried the whole series to me, to the point where I want to know more dialogue with these two characters, and they have done it. They have done well with these two characters. She is the youngest, and at the same time, she is a little bit unaware of how people are feeling towards Rito, so she's really trying to mature, or she's trying not to. They give you a visual aspect of how she is when she's under pressure, when things begin to get hit in our face with the ecchi and the nude and stuff. And I did not mind that. They have to have a character like this that feels as if, oh, I don't want to be around that. I hate Rito, he's a creep and stuff like that. But they have done our character to the point where we begin to see why she's like this, and she begins to open up to Rito very, very slowly. But my main focus was Momo. Momo, she was very mature. She was very more upfront and more subtle towards Rito, to the point where it made Lala blush at times, because you think that Lala is a person that breaks the fourth wall and tells Rito how it is and she does the perverted things. No, you gotta meet Momo. Momo, she is a type of character that's I can explain her character, but let's just say her and another character that I'm going to mention pretty soon is what pushes the anime towards its limits when it comes to the exposure, the sexuality, the lewd, the nude, every freaking thing. When every time when an ecchi scene comes up, you better fucking believe that Momo is going to be around. And I did not mind that at all, because part of that is what makes her character who she really is. She's not just about the sexuality, but she likes to embrace it by showing Rito how she really feels by sleeping with him at night. Yeah. The other person I want to talk about is Mia. Yumi, aka the Golden Darkness other sister. Now, I thought her character was great. I feel like when you have new seasons, you need to have new characters. Not a lot of new characters, especially since we're still trying to grow and love the old characters that you introduced us, because To Love Ru is kind of guilty of leaving us hanging with enough dialogue for us to care about them. But they have done well with this third season, because I know enough of me to care about each of these characters now. Mia is the absolute opposite of Golden Darkness. Even though she has came out of her ways to hate Rito, and she begins to like Rito, because they actually have an episode where, thanks to Lala's inventions, they got close to each other and they cannot get away from each other. So Yumi ended up opening up to Rito of why she's like this and how she ended up being originated as Golden Darkness. So we get introduced to Mia. And Mia, again, she's the yin and the yang. Instead of her opening up to Rito and taking time to see how he really is, as soon as she finds out how his character is, she wants to know more about him. There's even times where she tries to throw herself into Rito. And trust me, I wasn't even ready for this shit. I thought I've seen enough of the lewd and ecchi scenes on here, but thanks to her and thanks to Momo, they have pushed this shit to the limit, to the point where I'm kind of curious of how they're going to do the fourth season. And the reason why I'm saying this is because they do show you the context. They do show you the sexual scenes on here. They show you this to the point where not only that you would feel like, because it was parts where it did have me laugh. It was parts that they did have me laugh. But they show you scenes on here that stay there for a very long time, to the point where you stop laughing, you begin to feel like, is the door locked? Because I'm beginning to not feel comfortable. There was some times where I really did feel like they was doing this so they can really push you to show you that this was not just a funny scene throughout the whole entire scene, but they want to show you these scenes for a long time to show you how these characters are going to interact with each other. And I thought that was smart. I'm thinking this in a mature aspect, because they show scenes on here that was close of it being a hentai. I mean, they show masturbation scenes, they show scenes where it's getting close to people having oral sex. They even show scenes where, let's just go on to the next topic. The anime's main focus is not that, honestly, even though that's like a big strength of what the anime is known for. But I'm actually surprised that they show some tension, some violence on this anime. Now, about us being into the eyes of these characters through season one, we know these characters already, but we have never really seen them under pressure. We never seen them with their lives at stake. We never seen them at the brink of death, and they actually have that here. Because as this series go on, people from other universes are beginning to come to Earth and confront Lala, to confront Golden Darkness, to confront her past, and these enemies are not to be trifled with, which brings us into the violence and the action aspect of this anime. And some people may have a problem with just saying that the anime violent and the action context kind of stood out for me, but not to me at all. I thought it made sense, because if Golden Darkness is this assassin that killed people and done things out of her own free will, I wanted to see the people that was around Golden Darkness when this happened. Are they assassins too? And how ruthless can Golden Darkness be? Because let's face it here, we only seen Golden Darkness at her violent stage when Rito accidentally lips up her skirt, or he begins to rope her like in the mistake, or when there's an invention that she has to take down. We have not really seen her when things really went to shit, and they have put that on here because, man, I was on the edge of my seat. I really did think that there was going to be some characters that was going to get killed off, and it earned it. I thought it made sense, and I thought it was on this anime in a perfect aspect way of me believing Golden Darkness past and believing her history. It didn't really make me feel like she was just an asshole to Rito for no reason. Part of her character clinches onto her past, and it shows that towards the actions of other people, of how they're interacting with Golden Darkness. Even though this anime wasn't just about her, it was mostly about how Momo really felt about Rito, so it can carry on to Golden Darkness too. But I feel like the pacing was well done here, to the point where I really did feel like these characters' motivations and their past add on to me liking them even more. And that's one of the things I gotta give kudos to this anime about, is because not only that they still show you the funny sexual ecchi scenes, and they show you the love triangular rotation scenes of each of these characters, of how they not only feel towards Rito, but how they want to seduce Rito. But they have decided to add the tension of this anime to show you how these characters do feel if things get bad, and they want to show you a mature aspect of how these characters do feel when there's no one around. It felt as if these characters have gotten older, and that's rare, because when seasons go by and when the episodes go by in animes and shows like this, let's just face it, we don't really feel as if they are aging mostly. It's very common for shows and animes, even though they do show like their beard, or or they get taller, or they got kids, we kind of don't feel like they earn it. But I feel like with To Love Through Darkness, out of everything that we have seen into this one, they have done well with the pacing of this anime, to the point where it did feel like these characters have matured, especially Rito Yuki. I feel like after me watching the first season up to this one, it feel like he has overcame a lot of issues that that made his character who he was in the past, and make him an even more brighter character, to the point where a lot of characters that is with him on this journey are beginning to like him even more now. Overall, this season was great. This season was fantastic. It really fixed everything that was wrong with the other To Love Ru installments, and I'm no longer, well, I did say that I was a little nervous of how the next season was going to be, but because of nudity, they're going to have to go all the way, but not to the point where it's going to be a freaking hentai. They was very close of this making a hentai. I mean, you see, nope, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But I'm on board with the last season. I cannot wait to watch To Love Ru Darkness 2, because I have grown with these characters to the point where I want to see how things are going to end off, especially towards Rito, because how everybody is feeling towards him, even though Lala is the main player choice of this anime, I don't know, man. The way how people are closing into their emotions towards Rito, I want to see how the cards are going to fall onto this deck. So, yeah. They did good with this season. I'm gonna have to give To Love Ru Darkness an A+. Seasonal animes like this is hard to come by with a success. And the reason I'm saying that is because when they fix things on season 2 that they was having problems with on season 1, they take a step back. But I feel like each season that I've watched with To Love Ru, they slowly fix things and fix things and fix things. But on this one, everything was great. The pacing, great. Dialogue, great. Chemistry, great. New characters that they have showed, I knew enough about them before they even showed up. So when they showed up, I already knew about their existence. They did show the main enemy, but they didn't reveal who the main enemy was. But they showed the tense level of the enemy. So again, bring it on, man. I'm on board with the last season. If for those who haven't watched To Love Ru, what are y'all waiting for, man? Especially if y'all like animes like High School DxD, Tenchi Muyo, Freezing, Sekirei. This anime is up my top tier list right now. Either way, that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for more upcoming reviews and anime videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a good day.